Hello everyone and welcome to week 2 of the UBLN. Last week was super successful, but there's no guarantee this week's going to be better. In fact, I would argue this week looks like it's going to be extremely challenging. Our opponent, the Aston Villampharos, coached by Master Roshi, took on T-Shen last week. We know we have a history with T-Shen. We've never beaten him in league format. He beat T-Shen in league format. He beat him in a 1-0 with, of course, Victini by his side. Now, his team is terrifying. Clefable, Stakataka, Donphan, Rotom Heat, Hitmontop, Alolan Sandslash, Victini, Tornadus Eye, Dragalge, Vileplume, and Mega Gyarados. As you see, Victini, Tornadus Eye, and Dragalge are his Z users. Now, his team absolutely has an incredible core. It's well built, but it's really slow. His only two Pokemon that hit base 100 are Victini and Tornadus Eye. Victini hitting exactly base 100 and Tornadus Eye hitting 111. So this week we're going to try the opposite strategy of last week and accept the fact that he's slow. I've got kind of a mix of can handle Trick Room and don't want to be in Trick Room going together right here. I really don't know what he wants to do. Last week he didn't bring Trick Room against T-Shen. He instead went with the faster Pokemon, including Tornadus and Victini and Clefable, stuff like that, instead of the Stakataka and Sandslash Alola, which can be absolutely terrifying in Trick Room. Dragalge can be horrifying in Trick Room. So that's what we're going to rock this week, is to see we're still getting our feet wet in this league. Starting off, we have Mew. It's Defog knockoff Stealth Rock U-turn. It's a physical Mew, a little bit of attack investment, but it's really physically defensive invested. I don't have a recovery move this week. I didn't have space for it on the set. Thought about running it over like Roost over U-turn, but decided U-turn probably really helpful in this matchup, will allow me to get out of some situations that I don't want to be in. And I think this Mew it's really a utility Pokemon. Honestly, this Mew is like, I don't know what I want to run on something else, what moves need to be on the roster, but don't have a spot on other Pokemon, even though they can learn them. Like, honestly, you could see this exact set on Gliscor another week, but I couldn't justify this over what I put on Gliscor, so Mew was literally just like, throw it on the team, last Pokemon that I picked. It's easy, and that's what we're going to work with. Now, max defense, it's my defensive Pokemon because Gliscor is my specially defensive Pokemon this week. It's going to have Protect, Toxic, Earthquake, Taunt. It's not going to be a weird Gliscor set this week. It's max special defense, max HP, 4 in physical defense. This thing's not supposed to hit insanely hard. If I was trying to run like max attack, Adamant Nature, Earthquake, I still barely maybe Oko a Stakataka, but it wasn't even a guarantee. This is supposed to be a lead Gliscor. It's supposed to be able to handle things like a special Victini in case he brings it, Dragalge, which it resists the Sludge Bomb of, Vileplume, which it resists stabs of, Hitmontop, stuff like that. Really don't want to see Sandslash. If it's a physical Victini, I still have a higher physical defense than special defense, so this thing should be able to handle hits from it pretty well. Toxic, Protect, I know I don't like Stall. This thing doesn't have Roost, as you'll notice, so that's why I felt a little bit better about it, but it had no way of dealing with Donphan without Toxic, and Protect is a move because I think this week he's potentially going to bring Trick Room, and I need ways to stall out his Trick Room. So Protect is really used to just like, if he's got Trick Room up, waste a turn of Trick Room. That way I can help me later get my fast Pokemon in to handle his big threats. Now, this thing's an anti-lead Stakataka. If he does bring Donphan and the Stakataka, and I don't know which one he's going to go with, I may or may not go with Gliscor, although Gliscor can Toxic a Donphan and taunt the Stakataka. So we've got options there, not a big deal. Earthquake, the only thing it doesn't hit is Tornadus, which I can hit with a Toxic and get out. So I'm not super worried about it, and obviously Toxic or Poison Heal Protect, this thing is going to be able to hopefully survive for a little while. Beedrill, Mega Beedrill, coming for the first time this week. Holding the Beedrillite, obviously, it is required in the league that I do that. It is not required that I Mega Evolve, although with Beedrill, there's literally no reason not to Mega Evolve. This is a crazy set. We got 84 HP, 252 Adamant Nature in attack, 20 defense, special defense has 36, speed has 116. Now, 116 speed puts me at 180, which allows me to outspeed everything on his team, including Tornadus Eye, every time, as long as it's not Scarfed. If he had something that he was going to run Scarfed, like the Victini, he'd be able to run it, and I would still be able to, it would get outsped even if I was running Max Speed Jolly. So there's no reason to do that. I figure if he's going to run Scarf, he's going to run Scarf. I am going to be running Fell Stinger this week because I can get this thing to outspeed his entire team, and because he has some Pokemon that actually don't appreciate a Fell Stinger. It does a decent amount of damage to Vileplume, Mega Gyarados, Victini even does a fair amount of damage to. If I can get it in off on one of those Pokemon, get up to +3, the combination of U-Turn, Poison Jab, and Drill Run, or another Fell Stinger even, instead of U-Turn, will shred through his team. Obviously, Donphan's going to resist Poison Jab, but U-Turn at +3 does, I think I calced it. I didn't calc it, but it does a ton to Donphan. I didn't write down my calc of it, I should say. I did calc it. It does a ton to Donphan. It's absolutely monstrously powerful with that adamant nature. This thing can shred his team to pieces as long as I'm careful with it. Now, 84 HP and 36 special defense are allowing it to guarantee take a max special attack, timid Tornadus Eyes Heat Wave. I can't take a Hurricane, but I can take a Heat Wave if he does go that route, predicting me to switch into something else that could take a Hurricane, for instance. Although my team isn't weak to Heat Wave at all, so I don't know if he's going to run that, but maybe he's running Heat Wave for some reason. I can take that. Additionally, 84 HP and 20 defense allow me to take an Earthquake from a Donphan. So, that has no attack investment, so a defensive Donphan. So, this thing is really, it's kind of like a mixed, it's not really mixed set. It's like, it can get one hit off and survive one hit and then dish out another hit. So that's what this thing's designed to do. This thing will outspeed his entire team, so Trick Room obviously not my friend on my Beedrill. Now next up we have Galvantula. Galvantula is going to be using Volt Switch, Giga Drain, Hidden Power Fighting, and Thunder. Rocking that Choice Scarf this week. Now you'll notice that these IVs are not quite correct, but notably I will have this at level 100 so I can bottle cap it, and it'll be a 31 in all of its stats. So I mean I can bump these up so that you guys can see that at level 50 what it'll represent. But notably that 168 speed gets it over Victini. Now I'm worried about Choice Scarf Victini. He didn't run it last week against Tishen, but he could against me. So I'm worried about it. So this thing will handle, not really handle Choice Scarf Victini. Now obviously it says Hidden Power Dark. That's what the problem of putting at level 50 and whatever. It's Hidden Power Fighting. But Hidden Power Fighting allows me to OHKO Sand Slash, and it allows me to hit Stakataka for a 2 KO, which Hidden Power Ground was the same, but Hidden Power Fighting at least can hit the Mega Gyarados if he does predict something and switching on that. I don't know why you'd switch a Mega Gyarados into a Galvantula, but you could. It hits everything on his team. He has no Ghost type, so I figured Hidden Power Fighting is just a little bit better move to lock myself into late game if I have to, if that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. It guarantees damage on something. So that's this Galvantula. Next up we have my Tapu Fini. It's going to have a Kibia Berry this week. Muddy Water, Moonblast, Ice Beam, Protect, Max HP, Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, 4 in Special Defense, just because. This thing is supposed to hit like a truck, and it does. It actually hits really, really hard. It's going to protect my team from status, which is really nice. It'll also weaken my Haxorus, which I have to, keep in mind as the battle's going on. But it hits his entire team for neutral damage or better. With this moveset. Obviously Muddy Water slightly better than Scald. I know the accuracy is better on Scald, but Muddy Water at least can get the special attack, the accuracy drop, where Scald can't get the burn. So Tapu Fini going to be rocking Muddy Water, because I never learned from the fact that I miss. Tapu Fini also using Protect this week. Obviously, like I said with Gliscor, it's another way to stall out Trick Room. This thing has no speed investment. It's not a minus speed nature, but it has no speed investment just in case he does decide to run the Trick Room. But I have no speed investment because it allows me to outspeed a couple of threats on his team, notably like a non-speed invested Hitmontop or a slightly speed invested Clefable or something like that. If he does try to speed creep me, he does try to speed creep me, that is what it is. But this thing can hit things for a ton of damage. Now Haxorus obviously does not appreciate the Misty Terrain, so we are not actually going to have a Stab Dragon move. Instead we are going to be using the Groundium Z with Earthquake, Poison Jab, Rock Slide, and Swords Dance, not Dragon Dance, because again, speed is really important this week. I don't know if he's going to want to underspeed me with things or overspeed me with things. He could go either way. Haxorus is going to be having 180 speed with a Jolly Nature, which allows it to outspeed a Adamant / Modest Victini. If he does run Victini with a Jolly Nature, then I can't outspeed it anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. Additionally, the 252 in attack, 44 in HP, and 28 in special defense allow me to survive a Moonblast from a Clefable with no attack investment. Groundium Z is just because like kills everything on his team. Tornadus Eye is obviously immune to it. That's why we have the Rock Slide. But otherwise, literally everything on his team dies to a ground EMZ. Rotom Heat dies. Mold Breaker. Hitmontop dies. Stakataka dies. Donphan, if I can get the Swords Dance off, dies. Clefable, if I get the Swords Dance off, dies. Sandslash dies. Vileplume dies. Dragalge dies. Mega Gyarados dies. Like everything just like I get a nuke. If I can get a Swords Dance up and click Earthquake, I nuke something into the ground. You know, if I can switch this thing in on the Stakataka, potentially, and again, Stakataka with Gyro Ball does a lot of damage, but without Dragon Dance, it does a little bit less damage. So I don't have to worry as much about the Tapu Fini this week because I don't have a Dragon type move for it to weaken. But it will weaken the Dragalge's Dragon type move, which is super nice. Anyway, this is the team we're rocking this week. It's going to be crazy. I'm super excited. My opponent is 1-0. Go check him out. I'm not 100% sure if he's uploading battles, but if he is, as always, his link will be in the description below. We are taking on the UBLN, guys, and we are going to get out of here and see you guys tomorrow with that battle. I hope you guys enjoy and stay well until then. Bye.